There's a lot that people know about Chris Paul. We of course know everything about his NBA career as an NBA superstar, multiple-time All-Star, and a guy that just keeps on winning. But there's one story that was extremely wild, almost movie-like, that you might not know yet. Chris Paul once scored 61 points in a high school basketball game. He was only 6 points away from breaking the state record, but he actually asked the coach to sub him out. Most people wouldn't do that, but there is a reason why. In case you don't know who Chris Paul is, let me just give you a brief background. Most people know Chris Paul as one of the greatest point guards in the history of the NBA. Chris Paul is a 12-time NBA All-Star, a 1-time NBA All-Star MVP, a 6-time NBA steals leader, president of the National Basketball Players Association, a 5-time assist leader in the NBA, and a 2-time gold medalist. On top of that, he even led the Phoenix Suns to the NBA Finals just a year and a half ago. But there's one person he credits much of his success to, and that's his grandfather. Chris Paul's grandfather had a service station, and during the summers, Chris Paul and his brother would go there and work there as a summer job. And that's where the nickname CP3 came in. His grandfather used to call him CP3. The reason behind that? His grandfather and his father all shared those initials, so he was CP3, the third one of them. At West Forsyth High School, Chris Paul was absolutely dominating the competition. He was named North Carolina's Mr. Basketball and was even part of the McDonald's All-American team. On November 14th of 2002, Chris Paul accepted his full-ride scholarship to Wake Forest University to play Division I basketball. But of course, the next day, tragedy struck. Imagine being a superstar in high school, signing a full-ride scholarship to play basketball at Wake Forest University, but then the day after, your grandfather tragically passes away. Sadly, Chris Paul's grandfather, at 61 years old on November 15th of 2002, passed away from a heart attack. But the story actually even gets worse. Outside of his Salem home, he was actually tied up, beat up, and robbed, all before the heart attack occurred. One could only imagine what emotions you'd be going through after something like this happens, but Chris Paul found a way to make this story almost movie-like in honor of his grandfather. Chris Paul scored 61 points, 1 point for every year his grandfather lived. He did this all in honor of him.
With less than 2 minutes to go in the game, Chris had scored 59 points. Then he drove to the hoop, took a hard foul, and the shot dropped. He had his 61.
And I laid it up, and I got fouled, and it went in. And I laid there for a second and was just overwhelmed, because I knew that at this moment in time, this is something I would never forget. It felt like I could have just died and went to heaven right there. It felt like my purpose for being here was almost over.
His total left him just 6 points away from the state record for most points in a game. But as he walked to the foul line, that didn't matter. 61 did.
I walked to the free throw line, the referee gave me the ball and shot an air ball right out of bounds. And my coach took me out. I just looked at my dad and started crying.
What's even more fascinating is the maturity that Chris Paul had at that young age. An 18-year-old high schooler, 6 points away from breaking the state record for points, demands to be taken out of the game to continue to have that honor for his grandfather at 61 points. It's safe to say that that maturity, the hardship, and everything that Chris Paul has been through has helped him become the man that he is today. A great NBA player, a father, and a great businessman. After his current 4-year, $120 million contract, he's going to have NBA career earnings of nearly $420 million, and that's if he stops playing now. On top of it all, in just 9 years of investing, he's made over $100 million in his investing career, and it's safe to say that Chris Paul is a man that can do it all. What an amazing story, what an amazing journey, and if you love stuff like this, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me, and we'll be back for more sports stories like this. Peace.